Alright, just doing a quick lesson on line equations, slope, intercept, and general form. So kids that usually move down from methods find this particular topic quite easy. They're advantaged in this particular test because their mind has been all in the algebra stuff. That's what they were doing last year. Whereas you guys doing general maths, you don't do so much algebra, so you find this topic a bit more difficult. But I'm pretty sure with my teaching style, you'll be fine. Let's remind you about slope, intercept, and general form. When a line is graphed on the Cartesian plane, it represents the relationship between the variables x and y on the x and y axis. Which axis is the x one? Is it left and right, or is it up and down?
Up and down.
Left and right. X-axis is horizontal, so the y-axis is going to be up and down. So, for example, to give you an idea of what I mean by the Cartesian plane and the line being a representation of the relationship, this is the equation of a line. Y is equal to 2x plus 3 is a straight line. What is this equation telling you? The y-coordinate of all points in this line will be, if I'm adding 3 to something, how much more will it be? 3. And if I'm multiplying something by 2, how many lots of it do I have? 2. So what is this equation telling you? All of the y coordinates on this line are going to be 3 more than 2 lots of whatever x is. And do you agree that on a Cartesian plane, you can have x is 0 in the middle, and then x is 1, and then x is 2 as you go further and further? So if, for example, if x was 1 in this equation, what's y going to be? Well, it's going to be 2 lots of x, which is 1, and 3 more. So what's 2 times by 1?
2.
Plus 3?
5.
So your first point on this line is going to be 1, 5. What would the second point on the line be? 2 lots of 2 plus 3. 2 by 2 is
4.
plus 3. So the second dot on this line will be 2, 7. Last one, 2 lots of 3 is 6 plus 3, 9. So it's going to be 3, 9, and so on. Is this an efficient use of your time to draw a line? Lines are infinitely long. So would I ever finish if I was drawing a line like this? No, I'd go on forever. That is a waste of your time. Drawing a line with points like this is a waste of your time. There are shortcuts for drawing a line depending on its form. You were taught slope-intercept form all the way from year 8 up to year 10. We only bring in general form around year 10. So I'm reminding you of this, okay? Also, I'm never going to do that thing where you should know this already. I'm your teacher this year. If you don't know it already, I'm going to start from scratch anyway. Take the notes if you don't already know. So let's remind you of what slope-intercept form is. You've learned about this since year 8. It is written with y as the subject. Do you agree that y is by itself in this equation? And then it has 2 other features, mx plus c. What is m? M is the slope or gradient of the line. I'm pretty sure your teachers would have said rise over run. Have you heard that before? That's really good and everything, but that doesn't help you with directions, because rise means up. Is up the only direction a line can go? Lines can go down, so that immediately debunks that. And then run in what direction? Which direction do I run in? Completely useless, okay? So the way that I like to teach it is this: y step. If you write the gradient as a fraction, this is what it represents. The y step is the step up or down, and then the x step is the step to the right. If I tell you that it's a step to the right, are you ever going to question what direction to go anymore? No, because run doesn't mean anything. Stepping to the right means something. You're always going to the right, okay? What does the C stand for? C is the y-intercept of the line. It tells you where the line cuts the y-axis. So, if I wanted to draw a line in slope-intercept form, what do? 1, I place a dot at the y-intercept. So I've got one dot on my Cartesian plane. Is 1 dot enough information to draw a line yet? Do I know what direction this line would go? No. So what do I do then? From the y-intercept, from this dot, I step right according to the slope and up or down according to the slope. And then I place another dot. Do I have 2 dots now? Could I draw a line through them? That's how you draw a line in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to give you some time, and I'll leave it in the video. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get, this is what would go on your cheat sheet. So get that down, and I'm going to set something up on the board as an example for this. Keep the talk down, you're on record. Unless you want YouTube to know what kind of fanfics you're into. It's cool, it's funny. Is Bowser's X still a thing? I like your reaction before. I don't know. Don't worry, she'll be a DLC on Mario Kart. I'd pay $80 for that.
Please stop talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a video of a kid telling me to shut up in my own lesson.
I feel like the context maybe.
I feel like it
There is no context. This is a lesson on general maths on how to draw.
I heard you
line
say
and
Bowser,
line.
and I feel like that connects the dots.
Yes, you're connecting. See?
Oh my god. See, I just see?
Yeah, see? See? Education.
Yeah, but it's not that please.
I'll stop. I'll move this over because we've had some time and I don't want the video to be super delayed with you sitting there waiting. So, if I wanted to show you how you draw a line in slope-intercept form, I need a set of axes. So this is going to be your y-axis, up and down. This is going to be your x-axis. Let's assume each box is equal to 1. So based on what I just taught you, how do I draw a line in slope-intercept form? Place a dot at the y-intercept, and from the y-intercept step right according to the slope and up or down according to the slope. So if I was asked to draw y is equal to negative 2x plus 3, what's the y-intercept of this equation? Which number? Is it the negative 2 or is it the 3?
3.
It's the 3, so immediately I can put a dot at 0, 1, 2, 3. Is that enough info to draw a line? No, because I don't know what direction it goes. So now I do the slope. Is that negative 2? Is that a fraction yet? Is it a fraction or is it a whole number? Negative 2. It's not. It's a whole number right now, but if I wanted to write it as a fraction, good. Slope is going to be negative 2 over 1. Can someone explain to me why it's not negative 2 over 2? Yes, 2 over 2 is just 1, okay? A whole number, 5, as a fraction is equivalent to 5 over 1. Why? Because it's 5 whole things. So if you ever want to convert a whole number to a fraction, just put it over 1. So now do I know how far do I go up or down?
Down 2.
Down 2. How far do I go to the right? Once. Right. 1. So I'm at my y-intercept. I go across 1 and I go down 2. Do I have 2 dots now? So can I draw a line through them? And that's how you draw a line in slope-intercept. Okay? Always label y is equal to negative 2x plus 3. And that's how you draw a line slope-intercept. I'll give you a few minutes to get that example down while I set up for the last part of this lesson. Then you'll have 20 minutes to practice or chat. Alright, last part of this lesson, and then I'll be done. I'll shut my mouth, I'll finish that recording. So this is less familiar. You're only taught about general form of line equations in year 10. And then it's going to be variable depending on who you had for year 10. This is a more useful and common form of line equation. The methods kids, this is pretty much the only one they'll see. It's written with a number as the subject, and then x and y are on the same side. So it looks like this: ax plus by is equal to c. Can you see how a number is the subject? 6 is by itself. Then I have something x and something y. That's general form. Unlike slope-intercept form, the letters do not mean anything. What do they mean here? The m was the slope, the c was the y-intercept. In this form, a, b, and c don't mean anything. They're just numbered. So, how do I draw a line in general form? It's actually easy because these letters make it easy to find the x and the y-intercept. How do I draw it? Make y equals 0, then solve for x. The x that I find is the x-intercept. I place a dot there. Step 2, make x equals 0, then solve for y. This is the y-intercept of the line, place a dot there. If I placed a dot for step 1 and a dot for step 2, how many dots will I have? 2, and will I be able to draw a line through that? Yes. So let's practice those steps on drawing 2x take 3y is equal to 6. This is in general form. Why? Because x and y are both on the same side. This one is slope-intercept form because what can you say about x and y? Are they on the same side? No, they're on opposite sides to each other. So I need to use this technique to draw this line. I'm going to make y equals 0. So rewrite this: 2x take 3 lots of nothing equals 6. Then I use algebra, which you've been doing since, I don't know, let's hope since year 8. What's 3 lots of nothing?
0.
0. So what are you going to have left in this equation? 2x is equal to 6. What's the 2 doing to x? What's the opposite of timesing something by 2? What do I have to do on both sides to keep it balanced according to algebra? Divide by 2 as well. 2 divided by 2 cancels out. So x is going to be 6 divided by 2, 3. That's my x-intercept. So where can I place a dot? Someone tell me where to put the red dot from the center. How many?
3.
3 to the right. That's my first dot. Can I draw a line through that yet? No, because I don't know what direction it's going. So step 2, make x equal 0 this time. So 2 lots of nothing take 3y equals 6. What's 2 lots of nothing?
Nothing.
So you've got negative 3y is equal to 6 left over. What's negative 3 doing to y?
Times.
So what's the opposite of timesing something by negative 3? What do I have to do the other side to keep it balanced?
Same thing.
Same thing. Hey, you're going to get this lesson again next year, so maybe next time will be more than one kid in the class, alright? What's 6 divided by negative 3? What is 6 divided by 3 normally? 2, but then, because you're doing a positive divided by a negative, it's going to be negative 2. So y is equal to negative 2. Where am I going to put my dot? Where am I going to put my dot on the y-axis? Which direction do I go?
Down.
Down how many?
2.
How many dots do I have in red? 2. Can I draw a line through them?
Yes.
That's how you draw a line in general form. Label it. This one is 2x, take 3y equals 6. That's line equations.